And I'm live. It is Monday. It's after hours with WriterSanctuary, and I am hot. It is stupid hot. It's pushing 80 in my office. I'm had a hard time not sweating. Like I was gonna make a video earlier, and I was sweating so badly that I thought against it. It was bad. So I'm gonna have to do Wednesday's video tomorrow, I guess. But it was nice and toasty, and now I got a dog barking at my door. Anywho, so tonight we're going to talk about how I plan on publishing more books this year. I'm actually on a roll with quite a few of them, and yeah, it's going to be a good year. Good year. And I hope I get a haircut soon. I just noticed just how bad my head looks. Hey, Diana, how's it going? Oh, it is so hot. Like, I don't want to wear this shirt. I'm like on the verge of taking it off. Oh, I turned on the air conditioner, but it's still pushing 80 in here. Oh, look, I'm live. At least I get emails now. For a while there, it wasn't showing emails, so maybe YouTube is liking me for a change. Anywho, so yeah, tonight we're talking about books and publishing books and my plans to publish more. I'm kind of depressed because I haven't been too productive on my book, and now I have to get ready for this conference. Well, it's all good. I have found that the writing sprints have been instrumental in keeping me going. For the longest time, it was like I'd schedule the 2 hour block of time for writing my books, but then I get sidetracked by randomness. Now that I'm actually streaming them live, there's way more accountability to it, and it feels like I have got to do this because I'm on camera. So I try to get on and put in the best work I can. And since during the writing sprints, I've found myself way more productive. So you don't have to watch mine. You can. There's a number of people on YouTube that do writing sprints, so you gotta try those out. Don't forget that all the writing sprints, the ambient sounds that I make for them, including the timer, because it's a 25-minute sprint, then it dings at the end, are on Creative Sanctuary's YouTube channel. And I plan on making quite a few more. Plan being the key word there, because I keep forgetting or get sidetracked. Like crap, everything needs to be updated and upgraded. I just looked over, my Chrome is finish update. Asana is upgrade. No. I'll keep using it till it crashes. I'll try coming to your writing sprints. What time are they begin? The writing sprints are at 10:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, Mountain Time. So 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. Yeah, 10:30 Mountain Time. So probably 11:30 your time, I think. I think you're Central. So, are you under 5,000 words yet? You are a little over 5,100 words left before the sprint today. Yes, I am like within 2,500. Maybe just a tad over 2,500. So, there's a good chance I might finish the book tomorrow. If not, it'll definitely be Wednesday. They are daily, yes. I started doing them Tuesdays and Thursdays, but then found that I have been super productive doing them, and I really wanted to get Shadows of Atlantic City done, and so I decided to go Monday through Friday, and it's not adding any more to my plate because essentially I'm using the same 2 hour block of time that I already scheduled for myself. This time it just forces me to do it. So will you do them throughout the summer? That would be great. Yes, I plan on doing these for the foreseeable future. Some of them have been getting far more attention than my live streams on Monday nights. So, you know, go where the audience wants you, I guess. But yeah, so I'll be doing these throughout the foreseeable future. And that's part of what I was going to talk about today. So, yeah. So you can join me anytime, Monday through Friday. Plus, there's also the repeats. Chris was watching yesterday's before he joined us today. So they are in a writing sprint playlist, but I don't know if I have it on the channel. I might have to move my channel around a bit and show those writing sprints up front, especially if they're if people are really interested in doing them. So I'm hot. I'm gonna complain about it being hot for the next freaking hour. Yeah, I'm like, ugh. Grab the card here. Oh, yeah, I've got my work cut out for me. That is for sure. Let's see. Ooh, I need to write a 50,000 nonfiction book. I planned out my chapters, and I'm excited for the topic, but it's still going to be a lot of work. Yeah. Well, 50,000 words ain't too bad. It's actually, if you think about it, longer than a freelancer's tale. A freelancer's tale was only like 3,600, 37 or 37,000 words ish, I think. 36,000 something, if I remember right. I can look it up. Freelancer's tale, 35,075 is what I've got for a freelancer's tale. And that was just essentially my autobiography about how I got started writing. And I am working on part 2, and that entails more of moving from freelance writing to being a published author. My mind was just not doing it. Yeah, so I've got, actually, I can load it up right now. Oh, you know what? Looks like I'm a little bit further than I thought. A lot of that was I had to clean up the outline of stuff, so I deleted a bunch of words after the show today. So I'm at minus 71,659. 3,341 words to go. I had quite a bit of the outline that I had to delete, so that's okay because I should get about another 2,200 words tomorrow, which means about halfway through Wednesday's writing sprint, I should be done with the book. So, looking forward to it. It's just that I intend to publish this book, so I want it to be good. It's hard not to put pressure on myself. Yeah, that's a lot of authors have that issue. I see it all the time on social media, actually. People are way too hard on themselves. I had one guy say that he was debating on quitting. Like, why? As long as you're not hyper focused on being having a New York Times bestseller or being on Good Morning America for an interview, you write the story you want to tell. I think I sold maybe 5 copies of Kingmaker, but I intend on finishing the entire series. So, but I'm a writer. A writer writes. Actually, it just has to be good enough for me to graduate with my master's. I realize I have the rest of my life to tweak the book. True, but you don't want to be like some people that I know that wind up spending 10 years tweaking a book and never publishing it. Like, there's got to be a point where you say, it's good. I want people to read it and throw it out there. So I thought Sam was going to join us tonight, but she's apparently gone. Probably at the gym, but that's alrighty. It's my show. I'm sure that's going to warm me up even more. But yeah, I was going to make a video today about how I structure characters and how I make a realistic character. And I got all set up, got the lights turned on, got in front of the camera, and I am like drenched in sweat. My tank top was all sweaty, and I'm like, that's not a good look. So, and this was right after I went to the gym. We did the writing sprint, and then I went for a walk. When I came back in, I was just baked. So it's all good. I will do it tomorrow. And then So Wednesday will be a little bit of a longer video about how I create a realistic character. So I know, Michael, I want to publish as soon as I can after graduation. Yeah. Just don't get stuck in the mindset that you have to have it traditionally published. Too many people get hung up on that and wind up shelving their book and not trying after so many queries. It gets exhausting after a while. No agents will pick you up, no publisher will read your book. So instead of writing for an audience of one, I prefer to write for anyone who wants to read it. And I will publish it myself. I didn't spend a damn thing publishing a Freelancer's Tale. And the only money I spent on Kingmaker was the $220 I spent on getting all the costume stuff for the cover. Though I should spend a few bucks in marketing, which I'll probably wind up doing tomorrow. I will probably self-publish. Yeah, it doesn't have nearly the stigma that it has, but there are some people that are trying to push that you're not a real author unless you're publishing traditionally. And it's some of the posts that people write, it's almost like they're being sponsored by Random House. So I don't know. I don't put too much stock into that. The make or break of a book mostly comes down to marketing. It doesn't matter if you write a good book or a bad book. No one's going to buy it if they don't know it exists. So just keep in mind that your first book is always going to be your worst one because you'll get better as time goes on. And I prefer self-publishing because it gives me absolute control over my book. I don't have to share the rights with anyone. True, there is a far more decent amount of work that goes into publishing by yourself, but I own all the rights to my book, and nobody can tell me what I can and cannot write. So I'm not going to cram stuff in there just because it's socially acceptable. If it's not relevant to the story, it's not going in it. I know 2 large online communities I can market to. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Start collecting those lists. That's what I'm doing for 2 hours tomorrow. I'm going through and trying to find everything I can for marketing. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully I can share what works and what doesn't. That's a whole, the big premise is that I want to be able to blog or create videos about what has and hasn't worked for marketing, and can't really do that until I actually try it. Because I'm not like some other people on YouTube who just spout off what everybody else is saying. If it doesn't work for me, I'm going to let you know. Probably why nobody wants to work with me. I could be a bit of a dick. Ask a Zoic. That was last year's failure. And boy, did I let everybody know about it. Talked myself out of $1,500, but I'd rather be honest than make money. I mean, it was a crap product, so I'm not going to blow sunshine and rainbows up your butt. All right, since we're sitting here, let's go ahead and get started. Kind of. We've already been starting, but I am going to be doing a new series of videos for publishing Shadows of Atlantic City. I kind of did this before with A Freelancer's Tale, but this time I'm going to go through and try to be more detailed about every step I take to publish this specific book. And this time around, I am going to be hiring a graphic designer for the cover. I already have an idea of what I want it to look like. It's similar to the temp cover that is currently on michaelbrockbank.com. But that one that I'm using is just a temp to give me an idea of kind of what I want to see. It's actually a drawing from 1874 of Atlantic City, but it's a poster that you can buy. And I'm half tempted to buy it just because that's where my book is based. But I don't want to copy somebody else's work, so that's why it's a temp cover. It's just there to give me an idea of kind of how I want it to look. So I will be hiring a professional to do that and hopefully write a review and a review video about the service. So it'll cost a couple $100 up front, but perhaps I might crank out a few more views from it. So, but yeah, I want to be going through every single step of the process, starting with finishing the book, that should be, let's see, if I stuck to my schedule, that video should be out next week. I'm wrapping up Shadows of Atlantic City. I'm trying to get a week ahead. So, but yeah, it's going to be a whole series, a playlist that I want to put up there. So, and then after I finish writing Shadows, to keep up with the Monday through Friday writing sprints, I'm going to dive back into Fury, which I have been wanting to write ever since I had to put it aside for Shadows. And I really can't wait to get back to it. Fury is definitely, like, I love Kingmaker. I love how I wrote it, but Fury is definitely going to be the better book, I think, out of all four, to be honest. I've already got the other two planned out, but the way Fury is coming together, it's just, I don't know. It just hits me better than the other ones, but we'll see. The last book is going to be very, yeah, so it's going to be hard. Fury is definitely going to be a good book, but I don't know if it's going to be better than the fourth, because that's the finish. I don't know. Yeah, the book cover is something else I need to think about. Maybe I could just design one myself. I don't have anything fancy in mind. Yeah, that's I did well, look at the Freelancer's Tale. A Freelancer's Tale is just basically standing on Lookout Mountain with Denver behind me. I was 20 feet away from Bill Cody's grave. And then with Kingmaker, I got dressed up and we took that on the opposite side of Lookout Mountain, maybe about, where was we? Was we? Yeah. I grammar properly. We were all in the same area, but it was on the other side. So, but yeah, that was just having fun with the camera in the woods. I got a lot of funny looks when I was walking back with the skeleton on my shoulders, though. It was fun. But I have a new friend suggestion. Fucking Facebook. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I was talking about Fury. I might also need to do a professional author photo for Amazon. That's like, I used one of the pictures I had, but I had my desk at my office in my bedroom, and I started looking at it, I'm like, God, that's kind of crap. That's not very professional. So that's when Sam and I went up to Lookout Mountain. It's like one of my favorite places. In fact, we took the author photos um, just before I got dressed up for the cover to Kingmaker. And those pictures came out great. I love them. One of them will look a little on the big side, but the one of me sitting on the rock came out really nice. I don't have the one on the tree stump. Sam still has that one. She has to send it to me. But some of those pics came out great. But yeah, I've been slowly trying to replace my images with the better pictures. So it means something, I guess. But with the cool thing about Fury is when I get started, I should have it written before my break is over. Because what I'm doing is I'm finishing Shadows of Atlantic City, and then I am taking a 4-week break so that when I go back to edit, it's going to be fresh in mind. And during that time, she's playing with a bone. During that time, I'm going to be working on Fury. And at the rate that I've been writing, I might have Fury done before I start editing Shadows, because I'm already like almost 40,000 words into Fury. So I'm going to have 2 books rapid succession being published. They're different genres, I guess, because Witcher series is dark fantasy and Shadows of Atlantic City is dark western. So, kinda, I guess. I don't know. Would you call it a western if it's on the East Coast? It's almost as the east as you can get here in the States. So, 1874. So, it was a lot of fun to write, and it's still. I'm wrapping it up, and it's a bit different because it's written third person singular, and so you get all the main characters' thoughts and feelings about everything, but you have to walk through. You're walking through the story with him figuring everything out. So it's been a lot of fun. A little bit different. I've never done a singular book like that before. Usually it's omniscience, but yeah, it was great fun. I'm looking forward to. I might actually turn Shadows into a 5 book series. I was toying with that idea, but Fury is something else. I'm really excited to get started. And I should be able to jump into it this week. So the thing is, I don't want creeps to message me. That happens sometimes after guys see my photo. Well, I so I feel kind of left out because everybody's like, so many people slide into my DMs. Like, no one has slid into my DMs in years. I'm starting to feel a little neglected. I don't get the random proclamations of love anymore. Like that one chick who said that she was madly in love with me after a 20-minute conversation and wanted me to marry her. Like, no, but I miss the scammers. I don't even get them anymore. Does that mean I'm not important? So you don't have to respond. Yeah, you don't. Just delete them. I respond because I'm morbid. Sheer morbid curiosity, and I like to play with people. You're not getting my money, but I am going to fuck with you. So, um, yeah. But there's times where I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm not important enough anymore. I don't get scammers. Maybe they've all came to me and they see my email address and are like, oh no, don't mess with that guy. He's a dick. Well, it's all good. I don't have time to mess with people nowadays anyway, especially if I'm trying to get everything taken off. So I'm convinced that this is why authors mention they have a spouse and kids. Depends. There's one author I follow on Twitter who never involved her husband ever. And she was banking on, because she's extremely attractive. So she was banking on the idea of, no, I can't say this for sure, but it did feel like she was banking on the single men um, being attracted and following her account. But it got so bad to where she finally did start putting her husband in the photos just for people to leave her the fuck alone. So maybe she wasn't banking on being single, but she didn't go out of her way to um, show that she was in a relationship. So I know some women will do that just so that uh, they get they corner that single men market. It works, so don't knock if you haven't tried it. But yeah, she started adding her husband's picture into it. They make an amazingly attractive couple. We're talking, holy crap! But more power to you. Um, so I, yeah, I really don't care, to be honest. I used to talk about when Sam and I were together. I used to talk about her all the time. And now I'm just single, and miserable. Not because I'm single, just because I'm miserable. I can't say I'm miserable. I'm happy. I love my life. I have the job I want. Um, I have my own house. So um, I'm just hyper stressed. So many people in my house. But like I was telling Ty, um, having everybody in the house, um, it is stressful, but uh, I don't have to worry about where everybody's at. And so I don't have to worry about if somebody's sleeping under a bridge somewhere. So then that's a whole nother level of stress. Also, I'm writing about a very unpopular topic, so I'm probably going to get death threats anyway. Eh, that's the fun of social media. Bunch of social media tough guys. Just carry around a taser, start zapping people. If you are driven to write about that topic, then write about that topic. Exactly. If you're worried about it, you can always use a pen name and hide your identity. There's a lot of women authors who do that, mostly to avoid the incels who will drive them absolutely nuts. So I can't wait to publish this book. It's just that there are creeps out there. Yeah, that's the fun of social media. Yeah, well, social media gives everybody anonymity. And so I think that's why everybody acts like jackasses out in public. There's no consequences on social media. You do that kind of stuff in public and you're liable to get your throat punched. So, and then everybody gets all up in arms when someone doesn't like that crap and knocks them the fuck out. Well, what do you expect? Could be a children's book and a creep will find it. You can't tell that. You can't let that stop you. Yeah, exactly. Just don't worry about it. Most are just threats. Some of them can get quite creepy, but then you just delete, move on. About 99.999% of the people that you'll meet on social media, you'll never meet in real life. So, and I can't say 100% of that because I do plan on going to Vegas and hanging out with Chris and Megan next in July. KDC has visited us and he's planning on coming back to hang out with us, I think, this summer. So I have met some of the people I've come across on social media. But for the most part, these are people who live in other states in their mommy's basement who will never meet you in real life. So don't get too much interest over it. I'd rather put a photo of myself. Does Amazon require that? Not that I know of. They won't let you use cartoons. Someone doesn't. I can't remember if it was Amazon or one of the other publishings. But yeah, I'm not sure if they absolutely require an image of you. I don't think they do. So yeah, there you go. Just have AI create a picture that is exact opposite of you. Some like fair skin, red head, green eyes, and then use that as your persona. Then they'll never know who you are. KDC will protect me. Yep, he's a good guy. Anywho, so after finishing writing Fury, and I'm done editing Shadows of Atlantic City, I will work on wrapping up 7. There's the 3 books that I want to publish this year. So Atlantic City, Fury, and 7. 7's actually on Wattpad, and it's going to be a free book. But it's a story I started in 2016. I would love to finish it and rework it. So, yeah, I want all 3 of those done. I don't know if all 3 will be technically published on Amazon this year, but at the rate things are going, they might be. It just really depends on how much work I have to put into editing Shadows and Fury. And a lot of Fury is going to be not necessarily rewritten, but reworded, mostly because I wrote those 40,000 words before I took that How to Write a Novel course, and I've learned a lot in that. So Shadows is definitely a better written book, so I definitely want to go through and rework a lot of stuff that is in Fury, and obviously 7, so that I can finish it on Wattpad. I would like to do more Wattpad and Inkitt stuff, but for now, I want to get the Witcher series done. Does the 4-week break include getting feedback from beta readers? Hold on, I gotta fix it there. Then reader their feedback when the 4 weeks is up. The 4 weeks is going to include, I'm going to send the book out to the beta readers. So for 4 weeks, they have free access to the book. They'll be able to read it and then give me their feedback on it. And then after the 4 weeks is up, I'll start editing. And then if people are done reading it, then they can send me the comments. They know my email address, so they can send me what they would like to see in it, what works, what doesn't. Remember, it's not about grammar or spelling, it's about story and plot. So, story and character. So, yeah, I'm open to all kinds of suggestions from the beta readers during that period. And they helped me reshape how Kingmaker came out. Kingmaker is a way better book thanks to my beta readers. I added 12,000 words to it. I changed how one of the characters, I turned him from a whiny bitch to a hero. So their input was invaluable to publish Kingmaker. So I'm looking forward to hearing what everybody thinks about Shadows. It is a Western, but like I said before, it's more of supernatural meets Sherlock Holmes meets Wild Wild West. So it's fun. There's some good lines in it. There might be even better lines in it compared to Kingmaker. There's some really good lines in Kingmaker. So, but yeah, it's during that 4 weeks, you guys will have access to it, and then afterwards, when I start editing, you guys can feel free to give me any input. I know that some people read super slow, so I might just give you guys access to it for like 6 weeks, and then I'll just start editing during the week 4. So, and you might actually see me edit in real time. I'm not really sure how Readsy's platform works for beta reading when it comes to making adjustments, like in Google Docs. When Sam's editing Despair, which I'm hoping to get back into soon, she will see that I make changes in real time, which freaks her out. So that's one of the nice things about Google Docs. I wish Readsy had something similar to it. Michael, that's great. The nice thing about my master's program is that my professors are my beta readers. Yeah, technically, yeah. Well, that's one of the things I loved about the course at when I took for Readsy, the How to Write a Novel. Tom Bromley gave me some very nice notes, and I even copied and pasted them all. Cool thing is that he wanted a PDF so that he can do handwritten notes, and so I saved all those. So I got all the handwritten notes from Tom Bromley, and quite a few compliments. And I'm definitely going to be going back and reading those and restructuring the book as I go. So it's definitely worthwhile. Hey, KTC, how's it going, buddy? We were just talking about you. But yeah, that was like I thought I knew enough to write a book. And don't get me wrong, I love Kingmaker. But after taking that master class, I'm definitely going to be doing a remastered version of Kingmaker once it's done. So anybody who buys the original now, it's going to be a very special copy because only so many of the originals were made. And I'll do a errata at the end of it for the kinds of changes I had to make in Kingmaker. I'm not changing the story at all. The story itself is solid. It's just how I set it up. There's some areas where it might be confusing. Got to do some separations, some extra paragraphs, just more of formatting than anything. And I might add a few more details here and there for the characters and creatures, but I'm not touching the story. The storyline itself is solid. So, and I love the ending. So none of that's getting touched. But I'll probably wind up adding. I'm thinking probably another 20,000 words to it, depending on how much I want to add. But I learned a lot in that master course or master class. So that's great. I think it's best to read something printed out. Yeah. Well, I didn't print them out. I have them saved as PDFs. He wanted me to send them to him in PDF so he could print them out, and then he copied or scanned them and sent them back. I have them saved on my computer, but some of his handwriting is pretty horrific, like a drunk doctor. But he did accompany it with some good notes of what I need to change and things he would like to see in the story. And he caught a few things that I caught just as I hit the send button. So I sent it to him, and I was reading through the manuscript that I sent, and I'm like, oh, motherfucker. there's like a bunch of stuff that I could have fixed before sending that. Like, I'm very anti doubling up on words. So I never start or end a sentence with the same word in a row unless it is added for emphatic purposes. But you never end a sentence with the same word if it's consecutive. And there was a few times where I did that. And I'm like, son of a bitch. But it just goes to show I'm a professional editor. I edit all day for Green Geeks. And so uh, sometimes when you're writing, even authors will mess up. So nobody's perfect. Hey, Chris, how's it going, buddy? You kind of disappeared on me during the writing sprint. I don't know what happened to you. I was doing great. I really liked the story. A little bit different. But hey, actually, between Chris and Patrick, they're kind of the inspiration behind the crate, which was the inspiration behind writing Shadows of Atlantic City. So it was a lot of fun to write. I can't wait to finish it. So probably the middle of Wednesday. One of those days. Yeah, I hear you, dude. I have one of those days all day. There's times where I don't want to. Like right now, I am hot as shit. I want to take off my shirt, but I know that's not very professional. But it is. Oof. I even have the air conditioner on. Like I can feel it on my feet blowing out from underneath my table behind me, but it's not my feet that are sweating. It's my armpits. Oh, but yeah. So the series for Shadows will be out starting next week. We'll be doing videos. I'll be doing videos about every step of the process. Way more detailed than the last time I did it with Freelancer's Tale. Fury should be done. The first draft of Fury should be done before my 4 week period. My 4 week break from Shadows is done, and then 7 will be right after Fury. So, and all three of these books, when I started the year, all three of them were 40,000 plus words in. So they're all half written. So I'm thinking Fury will be done before I start editing Shadows. Um, I don't want to overwhelm my beta readers, but like I want to have quick succession of 2 books, and then 7. I'm not going to worry about beta reading 7. I'm just going to write it. It's a free book on Wattpad, so it doesn't have to be nearly as polished. But that should be out before the end of December. So I might have all 3 books done this year. No shirt. Not happening, Neo. I don't know. I was looking at I was looking in the mirror today when I got back from the gym. I've got some major definition going on. I'm like, oh, that's actually looking pretty good. Now I just gotta get rid of the rest of this. Like I was telling Ty, I bet I got a ripper 6 pack, but it's under like 60 pounds of flesh. I have to get rid of this beer koozie. I want to look too. Maybe. I said that when I hit 220, I'll do another topless picture on Instagram and do a comparison. Because I'm really interested to see the comparison between 220 pounds when I was just playing the Xbox. That was all pure cardio. This time is more gym work. So I would love to see the difference between adding the weights and then pure cardio. So I'm really looking forward to comparing the 2 photos when I hit 220. Just rip your shirt off like the Hulk. Hulk smash. No, because then everybody will leave. I won't get any viewers. It's the really real world. Oh, here's something else that I plan on doing for the publishing the books is I'm saving up for some services to try out and review. Like I mentioned, starting off with Shadows, I want to get a graphic designer for. I actually have a good company who's very interested in working with me. I did point out that they had a spelling error on their pricing sheet on their website. It's like kind of hard to promote yourself as an editing service if you're misspelling shit on your pricing form. So I put it nicely. I was more diplomatic about it, but then like thank you for catching it. And so they had it fixed, and they're really nice. So I think I'm gonna give them a shot. It's only $300, and all I need is pretty basic. I just want a hand sketched 1800s style paper drawing, kind of like what I have for it right now, but I want it to be unique. I don't want to be a copy or AI. So I want somebody to sketch me out Atlantic City from 1874. And so I think that's going to be $300. And then I want to do reviews, both blog and video for the service. So hopefully they treat me right. So I'm saving up for other services too. I definitely want to give the advertising on Amazon another try now that when I did a freelancer's tale, it was more of a autobiography about who I was and how I got started. Unless you know who I am or gave a shit, you're not going to buy the book. So Kingmaker's a bit different, is a dark fantasy and has an audience. So I really want to try playing around with Amazon ads and Facebook ads. So I want to be doing some more investing and then doing some blog posts and videos on how all that has worked out. So I've got a lot of stuff planned out for the year. But even with stress, it's great that you're coming along with your book projects. Right. Well, for me, writing is therapeutic. And so I'm happiest when I'm typing. I don't have to make videos. I don't have to work for clients. Well, I kind of do because I pay the mortgage. But when all is said and done, I'm a writer. I am happiest when I'm writing. It doesn't matter if it's a blog post or a book. And so, um, forcing myself to take the 2 hour block and having the accountability of viewers has made a huge difference. And so I love writing. And so I get so excited when I write my book and when I cranked out and it's like that 25 minutes felt like two. It's like when you're in the zone, you're in the zone. And so I don't know, it's a stress reliever. I yeah, it's therapeutic. Michael A. Child is helping me make my dreams come true. I love you guys. Well, that's awesome, Diana. Thank you very much. We love you too. Um, that's the whole purpose of Writer Sanctuary, is that um, I am helpful by nature. My demeanor is a bit of a douche, but by nature, I am helpful. And so I want everybody to succeed. And there's been a few people that I've tried to toss plenty of money at. And you know who you are. But I want, like, even I'll even share my failures, um, w- to see what to avoid. Um, I'll talk about my triumphs and what works out. My whole persona is helping people, whether they're blogging, writing a book, or freelancing. I'm very, very helpful. And so, in fact, I got an email from a sponsor uh, who wants me to do more charity work thanks to the stuff I do with Colorado Plays. And I'm half tempted to get hooked up with them. So um, I have to do some research on to make sure that they're legitimate, but they liked the idea that um, Colorado Plays donates so much money to Extra Life, and so they kind of I kind of piqued their interest, and that's just who I am. So when I built WriterSanctuary initially, it was just to document my journey from becoming a freelance writer. And now it's kind of morphed into freelance writing, blogging, and self-publishing. And nothing thrills me more than to get a message or comment on YouTube or on the blog saying, "This is exactly what I needed. Thank you for helping me." There was one guy that I guess I changed his life. It's just like, wow, I didn't know I had that much power, but that's awesome. So it's really cool to know that I've been really helpful, and that's the whole point. I mean, I am excited that I'm getting closer to being monetized, but truth be told, I'd still make these even if YouTube never gave me a dime. Uh, I love helping you guys, so that's just how I roll. Anywho, moving on from the touchy stuff, touchy feely. um, I am spending a big chunk of time tomorrow researching publishing and marketing, which is kind of like what I've talked about earlier. Um, I'm still on the fence with TikTok, especially since they're about to be banned in the States. So I don't know if I really want to put in the effort to do it. So, like, maybe I could make 60-second videos and use them on Shorts and Instagram at the same time as TikTok. That's what most people do anyway. So I might just do that, depending on how tomorrow goes. But my priority is fixing my Barnes and Noble account finally, and actually doing an update video because that video of me having such a hard time getting my account on Barnes and Noble, that video is actually fairly popular. So I would love to do a second part to that where I actually fixed my damn account. And I would like to start the process of seeing what I need to do to get my books in the store, even if it's just a local store. I would love to slap that up on Instagram. So I've got a lot of plans that I want to do with Barnes & Noble this year, and I'm going to be working on fixing that tomorrow. They say that all I got to do is send an email, but what happened is that when I first moved is when I created my Barnes & Noble account, and at that point I didn't have the correct address on my bank account because that was from Westminster. Well, I moved to Denver just as COVID was going on, so I wasn't able to go to the bank to change my address. And when Barnes & Noble verified the address on the bank account, it didn't match. So I tried to get that fixed through them, and they said, no, now I have to send them an email. Like, I even sent them the correct information. I went to the bank, and I had it changed. I fixed it, but they still don't do it. So I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But let's see. Oh, something else I was planning on doing. Like, Sam gave me this idea. She already left. She tried to leave a copy of Kingmaker in Mexico when she was on her cruise. She was going to leave it on the cruise ship. But her friend that she was with wound up getting it from her. And then he said, never mind, I'm just going to buy the ebook. I'm not sure if she actually left. I think she left the copy of Kingmaker on the ship. But he bought the book and he loved it. We're waiting for Fury to be done, the second book to it. But that gave me the idea. I'm like, you know what? We should just start stashing copies of my book everywhere. Just going into like Barnes and Noble and throwing it up on the shelf. No price tag to it. I still want to stick one in the alcove. There's a book alcove at Meow Wolf. I shared it a couple weeks ago. But it's a brilliant alcove that's made of books. And I'm like, I want to sneak my book in there and just kind of stick it in there. Not that anybody will notice, but it is kind of cool. It makes me smile just thinking about it type thing. Or send a bunch of copies to my friend in Los Angeles where she can put them in they have those book library things where they're on the corner of the street. It's just like a little door you open and you can put in a book and take out a book, and it's like a book sharing thing that they have in LA. And I'm like, I want to send her like 20 books. Like, go ahead and put these in all of them. So, yes, book drops. Telling you. Just kind of leave it at the bowling alley. Oh, I'm at the gym. Slap it on a machine somewhere. Eh. Lending libraries. Honor boxes. There we go. Yeah. So I think I want to send her like 20 books and have her do it. Why not? And it's also debating on doing more giveaways too. When I did giveaways with the Freelancer's Tale, it actually worked out fairly well. It was back before I had 1,000 subscribers, if I remember right. And I did a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. And so I handed out, I think, 3 autographed copies of A Freelancer's Tale and a $150 gift card to Barnes & Noble. And I thought it was just fun hanging out with everybody. So I think about doing that still. And I was debating, since I am so close to getting monetized, if I get accepted into the YouTube Partner Program, we're going to do another giveaway. I think that'd be fun. As a celebration, we'll get liquored up, give away some books, give away some gift cards, and talk about books. Have a gay old time. But I like doing giveaways. They're fun. I just like giving away stuff. So, something else I need to consider is maybe I should start looking into collaborating on other people's platforms. Like, it's one thing that I have some authors coming in. In fact, Megan Grant will be with us next Monday. And then Sarah Burton will be with us on the 6th. So we have some awesomeness coming up. I'm really excited to have Megan on next week, but I would like to be on other people's platforms. Like, I think what started it was Megan wanted me on her channel, and I said, "Oh, cool. How about you be on my channel?" And so we did that, but I never got to be on her channel. So I kind of feel left out. So Laura Thompson, who was the author that was on a couple of months ago, and she turned me on to a Facebook group for podcasters who are looking for um, um, guests and who want to be on guests on podcasts. And so I signed up with that for the just a little while ago before the show tonight. So, but yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun to be on other people's channels and shit. No one asks to hang out with me. Michael, you know we always love you liquored up. Maybe give them out to your author friends on Twitter on that writing platform where you publish 7. Sorry, they're on, yeah, Wattpad. 2 fans on Substack because they make more sense. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, no, like that's actually a fairly good idea. I've got quite a few followers on Substack. I need to start doing more with Substack. But like I met Pam, who is she's an author in Australia, and she's a medium, and she's really really fun to talk to, and so we're kind of pen pals. But she started following the Substack, so it's really cool. It's really cool. Substack has been, I haven't been as active as I would have liked to be on it, but it's nice to have an outlet that is aside from Writer Sanctuary. Writer Sanctuary is, its purpose is to help people learn how to do what I do for a living, essentially. The Substack is more for fans of my work, and it's free. The link is in the description down below if you're interested. But I really would like to do more with that. So one of those days, one of those days. So, but anyway, I would love to do more collaborating. I just wish somebody would ask me to collaborate. Maybe I'm too much of a dick. I am kind of rough around the edges. I tell you, I've been telling you guys for years, I am an acquired taste. I am that rot gut vodka that you know you shouldn't drink. But after 2 or 3 shots of it, you get used to the taste. I grow on you like a mold. Do you have a publishing timeline for 2024? That's kind of like kind of what we were talking about. I think you missed it, but I can talk about it again. You just need to collaborate. um, wouldn't that be that would be my hell. That would make the poor guy cry. Make you cry on your own show. But the idea is I should be finished with Shadows of Atlantic City on Wednesday. I'm going to tune it up a little bit before handing it off to the beta readers. So keep an eye on your Buy Me a Coffee emails for that. And then I want to take a 4-week break. That way, when I come back from it, it'll be fresh in mind. Tom Bromley from Weedsy suggests doing a 4 to 6 week break. So I'm going to stick with 4 because it's I've got so much I want to do. And I found that even 4 weeks is more than enough time. And in that 4-week period, while the beta readers are reading Shadows of Atlantic City, I'm going to be working on finishing 7, or not 7, Fury. And in that 4-week time period, if I keep up the same productivity I have been with the writing sprints, Fury should be done before I edit Shadows. So you guys will have 2 books back to back to beta read. And then as that Shadows is getting published and I'm editing Fury, I'll finish 7. Now 7 I'm not going to worry about beta reading because it's on Wattpad. It's not going to be it's not nearly as polished as I would like because it's a free book. So I will be working on 7 and getting it done. So I should have Shadows done by August, published, hopefully. That's finding a graphic designer. Fury will be probably October because they are so close together and they're both within like almost done. And then 7 should be done before Thanksgiving, possibly Christmas. So 7's going to be a Christmas story. That one's a little bit more gory than everything else I've written, so it suits. That's just who I am. So to answer your question, Chris, that's relative of what I would like to do. I would like August, October, and December. So I'll have all 3 done before the end of the year. But it really depends on how much needs to be polished. I'm going all in for getting these done. So that's why I started doing the daily writing sprints. They have been pivotal in getting shit done. So I'll be doing those for the foreseeable future. Oh, the last thing I wanted to talk about was should I be more strict on after hours? I was debating on starting its own podcast in various platforms. I started playing around. Like I logged in because I did finally get Crossing Colorado's podcast updated. So that the May is Cancer Awareness Month episode is available on Spotify. Well, I got to play around on their new layout and combine the Anchor / podcasters for Spotify for podcasters account with Spotify itself. And so the layout of it is much easier to manage. And so I was thinking, what if I should start being more conscientious about what I do on after hours and then like put it on iHeartRadio and shit like that. I don't know. I don't know if that'd fly. I'd have to come with a warning. I have to put a trigger warning on all the videos. I have a mouth like a drunken sailor sometimes. Really, and if Sam's here, we're like drunken pirates on a weekend bender. But, I was thinking maybe I should just stick with what I'm doing now so that I don't overwhelm myself. That would be adding a little bit extra to the plate. But, anywho, those are my plans to publish books this year. I've got some awesomeness coming up. We got 3 books that we're getting ready to do more with. I plan on investing some money into some services so I can do some reviews. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting ending, that is for sure. So get ready for Shadows to be done on Wednesday. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think I'm going to send it out to you immediately because there's like a lot of stuff I need to fix. Like I put a lot of stuff in brackets because I forgot people's names. So I need to go through and fix all that. But and I did want to add a few things that Tom Bromley pointed out when he reviewed the book when I was taking the course. So I wanted to kind of polish it up a little bit more before you guys read it, but it's definitely going to be the first draft is going to be done on Wednesday, and then I'll probably spend the rest of the time doing all that extra editing, going back and fixing a few things here and there so it's not confusing. And then I will send my beta readers their links. Hopefully I'll read it. Because some of you took your sweet ass time with Kingmaker. It's all good. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think. So I'll polish it a little first before beta. Yeah, that's what I figured. I want to go make it not like hardcore editing fine tuning, but more of there's a few places where I know that I need to add a little bit more oomph to some of the detail. Some of the things that happened just when I was writing today kind of need to be added earlier. So I have to go back and make sure all that stuff jives right. Yeah, I mean, you know how much effort I put into writing Kingmaker the way I did. It's something similar with writing a mystery. So, alrighty, let's look at our card. Let's see. Last week's card was seek to be whole, not perfect. I don't believe in perfection. I think perfection is a fallacy that people try to strive for that doesn't exist. So I'm always whole. I'm a whole ass. No, I'm kidding. But, I always seek to be whole. It's all about being happy with what you do. And I am very happy with what I do. Don't get me started on horses and travel time. I'm telling you, 3 days of research, man. 3 days just to prove a point. You were right. I was off by a day, so I did make those changes. But yeah, I spent 3 days diving into the distance a horse can travel, a thoroughbred horse can travel, which is what I base the horse off of because I have a thoroughbred. And I figured, climbing on top of Ribbon, because that's her name. Yeah, so it was, I'm telling you, that was a lot of research I would just for that part of the book. So, what was the card again? Chris is never drunk. Chris is, yeah, Tito's and milk. Seek to be whole, not perfect. That was last week's card. Always, never, always, whatever. Yeah. Basically. Okay, this week's affirmation is I deserve time to recharge. Everybody deserves time to recharge. Pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion does nobody any good because if you burn out, then everybody's fucked. So always take time to yourself. I like that card. Perfection sounds good on paper, but sucks in reality. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe in perfection. It's a fallacy that people strive for that usually winds up wasting your time. Sam's here. I like that card. 4 weeks to recharge sounds smart. Yeah. Well, that's Tom Bromley suggested you take 4 to 6 weeks. In fact, it wasn't just Tom Bromley. I went through and did some research on it after he brought that up. And a lot of successful authors also say the same thing, 4 to 6 weeks. That way, when you come back here, it's more fresh in your mind. And it's like reading the story again for the first time. And like, I can see that because when I was waiting for the beta readers for Kingmaker, I waited for about a month and a half. And when I went back to it, I'm like, wow, yeah, that's when I started making changes to it. And so I think the 4 weeks is like a perfect time, and it gives me enough time to finish Fury. So that's what I'm really stupid excited about. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Shadows of Atlantic City. I think it's a good book, but I've been waiting to finish Fury for quite some time. So even a mini recharge can help. Oh yeah. Yep, I'm telling you. There's times where, like when I didn't have any plumbing for 4 days, all I wanted to do was meditate in the shower. It's like, damn it. It really messed up my chi. But sometimes even just taking 5 minutes to breathe can work wonders. So you deserve time to recharge. Recharge yourself. I don't think Michael understands the concept of recharge. I do. There's times where my batteries are low. Ish. ED6. What? I think Sam's been drinking. Everyone liked the video? Yeah, hit the like button. 6 concurrent viewers, 3 likes. Some of y'all aren't paying attention. He doesn't. I do too. I recharge ish. Kind of. I don't recharge every single day, no, but basically I do it, yeah. Shit. Yeah. I got a drinking problem. Great. Now I'm sticky. And not in the good Las Vegas way. You don't ever. I do too. I recharge in the shower. And so y'all get to see me miss my mouth with expensive scotch. So Yeah, now, oh, very sticky. Ah, recharge while working on something else. Yeah, see? I'm recharging. I haven't stabbed anybody yet. Given the situation, a daily mini recharge can help. Yeah. Has Michael slept yet? Last time I checked, he hasn't slept since the 1990s. Yeah, I haven't slept since 1998. I'm actually going to be adding um, sleep time to my um, my fitness challenge spreadsheet because I want to see if there's any way I can beat my average sleep. I am so tired. Technically, it's taking a break, Chris. I got this up in 1987. No, it's 1998. It's when we were having kids. And actually, Ty was born in 2000, and Kyle was born in 1999. But I was working. Oh, 1998 was a bad year. So, yeah. I won't go into details, but I haven't slept in a very, very long time. I like 1988 better. I was 12 in 88. I remember sleeping then. The moment I became a father is the moment I never slept again. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yep. Actually, it was the year before. 2 years before Ty was born. Um, it was a kind of a bad time in my life with a special someone who wound up going to jail and turning into a meth addict and trying to sell stolen goods back to Walmart. So when I shared her mugshot on Facebook, I wrote checkmate. See, you should have stuck with me, but you didn't. Haha. I win. Kyle's 98, Ty's 99, Keeper was 2000. Was it? I thought Ty was. No, you're right. Kiefer was a dragon. So yeah, 2000. So yeah, 1999. So yeah, so 1998. Kyle wasn't mine. But in 98 was my last year with a certain somebody. So yeah, I haven't slept in a very, very long time. Okay, so we're gonna have us a great week and finish strong on Shadows. Yes, Shadows of Atlantic City will be done on Wednesday. When is the next writing sprint? Right, next writing sprint is 10:30 a.m. tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time, Monday through Friday, which is 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. a.m. God damn it, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. I was doing so good. But like I said, the writing sprints don't add anything extra to my day. They're just making me use the 2-hour block of time that I actually assigned to myself. So I'm using you guys as accountability, and it's been working tremendously well. So I'm very, very, I wouldn't say shocked, but I I didn't think these were going to be worthwhile. Like I've seen people do writing sprints on YouTube, and I'm thinking, I don't know if that's really going to be for me. I don't know if it's going to work out right. But I'm telling you, ever since we started doing them, bam, 2,000 words a day, more than like last week. I was hitting almost 2,500. So, uh, yeah, they're worthwhile, and I'm gonna keep doing them. And even if nobody watches, like most of the time, nobody's there at the very beginning. So I just say, we're waiting 5 minutes, and then I dive right in, and I dive right in. And the whole idea is to get me in that mindset of um, I'm being held accountable by viewers, so I need to write. And that has worked very well for me. So I'm excited. This next book is like I talk a big thing about Fury. Fury is going to be my baby. But Shadows of Atlantic City, that has been one of the funnest books I've written. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what everybody thinks. Okay, Michael doesn't have 20 kids, and he is forgetting the years kids are born. Hey now. No. It's not how it works. I really hope I can graduate this fall. Worst case scenario, I graduate spring of next year. But you're that close. A lot of people don't get that close. Keep that in mind. How many people do you know in your class right now? How many people have dropped out that aren't there anymore? So um, you're doing great. Keep it up. You're almost done. So I'll be there tomorrow morning. Got to finish up the textbook article. Awesome. I'll see you there. I'll graduate. I had to put mine off for a year, so I'll get there, just not now. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you have to. Shit happens and you gotta postpone stuff. Doesn't mean that it's gone forever. So it's a small program, so I don't think anyone has dropped out, but some people are delaying graduation. Well, just keep it up, man. You got this. We all got this. Do you know why? Because we are a collection of badasses. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. I want to wrap this up so I can crawl into a corner and cry. No, I'm doing good. I'm okay. I'll be fine. But don't forget, daily affirmation. I deserve time to recharge. Make sure you do some recharging every day, even if it's just for a few moments. Take your moments of zen when you got them, and relax. You're a writer. And thank you, Michael. You're very welcome, Diana. So, anywho, thank you for watching. Don't forget that A Freelancer's Tale and Kingmaker are both available on Amazon, paperback and ebook format. Kingmaker is on hardcover. The link to my author profile on Amazon is linked down below. And I will be doing Monday through Friday writing sprints. Don't forget that those ambient sound effects for the writing sprints are available on Creative Sanctuary's YouTube channel. I don't have the link in the description, but type in Creative Sanctuary, you'll find me. It's the one with the dorky ass picture that I haven't changed yet. So, but they are 25-minute sprints, and there's a bell timer at the end, so that well, technically it's 25 minutes and 2 frames into it, because that's how Premiere works. But they are 25-minute writing sprints, and I'm planning on creating a whole list or a whole library of background ambient sounds. And yes, there is a 2-hour one on the horizon. Anywho, have a great week. Recharge when we can't even read my damn recharge when we are done, Michael. Yes, actually, in about 30 minutes, I'm going to make myself some tea, read a book, and relax, and try to sleep because I'm so freaking tired. I'm always tired. What if me being tired is part of my douchebag persona? What would happen if I actually slept? Would I lose that part of me? No, I've always been a dick. Imagine if we attended Diana's graduation ceremony, got drunk off of Fireball while cheering for everybody getting liquored up. When you come to Vegas, we'll do some more photos so you can play around with. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm going to, like, I didn't know that the uh, the bar in Good Springs was actually modeled off the one in Fallout New Vegas. So I stood at the Good Springs sign and take a picture, but if I would have known that the bar was Fallout themed, I so would have went in for about an hour. So I'm definitely gonna have to hit Good Springs on the way to Vegas. Anywho, being tired is your spirit animal, right? The tired, tired, tired man. Get some more sleep. Yeah, I would love to. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching. Don't forget that writing sprints are on tomorrow, Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Sam and I will be on Crossing Colorado's podcast for Fitness in Theory, which is available on Spotify. I uploaded it. Man, it's actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And hopefully we'll start getting those up regularly. So thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you. Oh, also, before I forget, Jesus, this is what happens when you don't sleep. Don't forget that Megan Grant will be on next Monday with me on After Hours. And I'm excited. I haven't seen Megan. Megan hasn't been on the show in like 3 years, so I looked it up. And she got her book published. And I'm really looking forward to talking to her about evolution, moving from where we started to what we're doing now. And she's made some leaps and bounds. And if you will follow Megan's channel, you see that her content changed dramatically for what she was doing. And she seems so much happier for it. So I'm really excited to have her on the show, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again. So don't forget, that is next Monday, the 20th. So honestly, I think graduation ceremonies are like metal concerts where everyone competes to shout the loudest. That's a family Thanksgiving dinner. I will see you guys next week because I'll be at my conference in Texas. Oh, well, you can always watch the replay of it. So Diane's going to find love next week. Yeah. Dooby. Beware the penguin. I wonder how many people got that reference. Anyway, have a good one. I'll see you next week. Or unless you stop by the show tomorrow on the writing sprint.